You just saw a highly edited version of building what I call the escape sander. If you want more information on the build process, on my second channel, I have a 6-part series. It's an hour and a half long in total, going into much more detail. So I'm happy to answer questions about it, but if you have specific questions about how it was built, I would ask that you watch those videos first before asking them. Right now, I'm going to try and answer some of your general questions you might have. The main reason is I want the capacity of my edge sander to match that of my bandsaw. There's just no machine on the commercial market that does that, without getting into ridiculous industrial machines that don't actually do everything that I want them to do. So I had to build it myself. This machine packs in a functionality that just doesn't exist anywhere else. It does exactly what I want it to do and nothing else. Also, it packs all the storage for the belts and whatnot underneath itself within the same footprint. Though this machine looks a lot bigger than my previous 6-inch sander, it takes up about the same amount of space because I had to add on a whole bunch of stuff to store all the belts and whatnot. This just makes it all very compact, and it does that by moving the motor inside of the belt rather than being underneath and taking up all that space. Now, 2 reasons. Number one, that's not what this channel is about. I don't normally make tools, and so going through the process of learning to make detailed plans is a lot of work, and I'm only going to use that once, so it's just not worth it for me. And I want to get back to doing actual projects with this. I think that's what most of you want too, so that's what I'm going to do. And secondly, this thing is built around the motor. There's very little space around that motor. And if you have a slightly different motor, well, then everything that I did in here is going to change. So you're going to have to go through the same process of fitting things around that I went through. It's around $750. I will have a link down below with all the parts that I purchased for this. The tension mechanism is from a Grizzly edge sander, though I did change the spring and some other parts to it eventually. The link to that spreadsheet is not going to be there right when this video is posted, but it will be there within a week or 2. The platen on an edge sander is great for sanding flat things and convex curves, and a spindle sander is great for sanding tight concave curves. But there's really nothing that's very good at sanding shallow concave curves. Something like on this template that I made here. This curve is something you normally have to end up sanding by hand to get it nice and smooth. And this happens a lot in furniture where you just want a really gentle curve on something. And there's just no power machine that's good at doing that. Until now. The large roller on the drive end, I was able to sand this just on the machine. I didn't have to touch this afterwards. And, you know, this is great for lots of capacity, but it's also great for finesse, too. This is just 1/4-inch plywood, and even with a coarse grit, I had total control of getting right to the line in a nice, smooth curve. I'll be back with the normal project soon. That's going to show off what this thing can do. So I'm excited for that, and you should be too. Thanks for watching.